In Jeffrey Thompson. He is the CEO of Red Cat Holdings. The company supplies sophisticated drone technology to the U.S. military. Jeffrey, what a perfect person to have talk about this today. I'm sure your phone is blowing up and you're getting questions all about this. Right off the bat, I'll just ask you, because you're in this world, what do you think is going on?
Well, I'll say it's probably not our adversaries. I don't know, any adversary that would actually use proper FAA lighting to display where they are. It would be way too easy to shoot them down. They're slow moving, they're big. So I definitely take adversary off the table right away.
That's interesting.
That's very, very interesting to me, that it is not any kind of adversary that would spy on our country, that would spy on our own people, that would try to spy on our military bases and fly over them and take pictures and videos. That seems very strange to me.
I don't believe I've heard that before, so thanks for that. When you look at these videos, and I'm sure you've seen what a lot of people have seen online, can you identify what type of drones these are and what they might be capable of? Because one of the things that people were initially concerned about is that they were, not the drone that you buy at Best Buy or something. They're the size of cars, some of these.
Yeah, they do look much larger than a consumer drone. Red Cat has two products. We've been accused all week of possibly being the culprit. We have the only commercial drone swarm available for 80 drones that can be launched by a single operator. We also have a Flight Wave 130, which is a bigger drone that has very long flight time. And these drones that you're seeing in these videos have very long flight time. I can tell you right now, it is not us. Please stop calling me. So there's a lot of, that they're big.
Yeah, I don't think he's responsible for this either. I don't think our own military is responsible for this either. I do think it is come from foreign countries. Probably they were flying over the ocean from some kind of offshore base, offshore ship. And they are trying to spy. They're trying to gather information. They're trying to gather intelligence. They are trying to tell and see how we react. And they are probably going to send more in the future if we don't act now.
The fact that they're large, that's the only thing that seems really odd to me, as I'm actually trying to figure this out. But they should have remote ID if they're already flying with proper lighting. All drones are required by law to have a remote ID. And if you want to be a DIY investigator, you could always get a scanner product that's free on, free apps, and you could see if they're broadcasting down to you if you're near those drones, and you could become the investigator. I'm not close enough to where it's all happening, but it's pretty simple to see if they're broadcasting a remote ID that's required by law.
But you are close enough to the whole world that this is happening in, and what I'm hearing from you is what we are hearing from the federal government, that you're not worried that it's a foreign actor because they wouldn't come in using FAA lighting, but still we don't know what it is. It could just be regular folks operating.
Maybe they're trying to test them and try to stay under the radar by actually doing it properly according to the law.
I don't think so. There are way too many of them. If you're trying to test a new drone and test the technology, you would only send a couple of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 1 or 2, because prototypes are very expensive to make. This is some kind of definitely military operation. They are big enough and advanced enough so that they are government funded, and probably from the defense budget of some foreign nation.
When we do all of our mission tests, we do them at nighttime. Almost all missions by the U.S. military at nighttime. And we try to make it so you can't find us, can't see us, can't detect us. So there's a lot of, controversy on why they would an adversary would actually be doing it in the way they're doing it if they're trying to do the training to do some drills.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll shed some light on it, one interview at a time. Jeffrey Thompson.
I think the adversary is very smart to do it like this. They want to be flagrant about it. They want to tell us that there are some kind of adversaries out there, that they are spying on us, and that we should be very careful if we want to take action against them. And of course, they don't want us to know exactly where they come from and who is this adversary, so that we can also reciprocate and take action against them. They want to remain hidden, and that's why they can send large drones that will fly over many distance and stay up in the air for a long time to take pictures and videos and send back to the foreign country that is operating them. That's what I believe, but I'm not really sure what to believe anymore. So let's hear about the next news story from someone who knows what they are, apparently.
Joining me now, Michael B., an experienced drone pilot and CEO of Terror Talk. Michael, big welcome to you. And thankfully, you sent us some video from one of your spotters in Hillsborough, New Jersey. And we're going to pull this up here and show our viewers there's a big red dot. There you see it, kind of dead center of the screen. What do you think that is? What do you think people are seeing in the skies? And why only at night?
At this point, I think that someone knows what they are. So what we're doing is we're going to go up and watch you. You're watching us or you're doing whatever. So we're up there watching, we're following, we're trying to get in the air. What they could be, I have no idea.
Okay.
So he doesn't know. Like everybody else, nobody knows what they are. He has definitely no ideas. Nobody knows for sure. We definitely have to capture one and analyze all of its components, strip it down, and take a deep analysis of what kind of technologies they are using to find out what they were doing here.
We have more video that you sent us of you, in fact, trying to launch a drone, and it was right near an airport. So tell us what happened there and why it's so noteworthy.
Okay, so we got reports last night that there was a lot of drone activity in the East Hanover area, which backs up to Morristown Airport and all that vicinity. So we head out there, we set up in a parking lot about a quarter mile away from the airport, and I'm trying to get flight clearance to take the drone up and see what this other drone is, and I cannot. Restricted, I tried to bypass it. At one point, it even asked for my phone number, and I said, no, I think we're good at this point.
Okay, now hang on. When you say looking for flight clearance, how does that work? I mean, are you literally talking with a control tower, or what are you doing?
So there's an app that you use to connect to the drone. When it's time, when you want to fly, you press a button, and what it does is it looks for flight clearance or restrictions. And what happened was there was a restriction in that area, and I couldn't get up, but there were drones in the air that weren't following the restriction. Now
Yeah, of course, because it comes from a foreign country that don't know the local laws. They are basically doing something illegal. Of course, they are flying in our own private airspace illegally without prior authorization. This is totally obvious to me what they are doing there.
We verify everything above us with flight radar, so we can tell if it's an airplane or if it's not. None of the things that we go after are on flight radar.
Okay, so what we're looking at, this device notwithstanding, this control for your drone, if drones are getting into areas without clearance by the FAA, is it possible they figured out some kind of a technology to keep their drones from being jammed and or losing power?
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know if you're aware, last week or so, 2 weeks when it started, I tried to take my drone over Picatinny Arsenal to follow a drone that was just hovering over there. And as I got closer, my drone lost power, spun out, and the battery died, and it went down. But the other drone remained sitting in the air, unaffected.
Why? What do you think?
Yep. Secrets that the government don't want us to know, and they're playing stupid. Either that or alien.
It's definitely some kind of advanced technology for a foreign country that wants to spy on us. That's what my theory is. It can be America, the United States, and Europe. They have many in the West. We have many different kind of adversaries. It could be Iran, it could be China, it could be Russia, it could be North Korea, it could be many kind of foreign countries that would want gather some intelligence, some information, some photos, some videos, and test our reaction time, test our own technology before they launch a real attack this time, and not just gather information. So that's what I believe. I hope I'm wrong, of course. I don't want any more conflict. Thank you for watching and staying with me. I really appreciate you being there, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye for now.